First time we did the Eastern States, we had 16 players, and we had neither one of these guys at 16. But we went from 16 to 24, and then once we were looking at 24, wondering whether this tournament should keep going or not going, then these were two of the guys who came in and said, you know what, we want to play.
This sport is crazy.
I mean, you have to be an unbelievable athlete to really hang in there.
It makes you overall better player. It's more running, less coming to the net, obviously.
I like the exercise, and I like the form with two serves.
And I think that's what makes the game so much fun to play.
Isn't your son playing? He is. He's going to give Mike Cochran a lesson right now.
Caught him off guard to start. He wasn't warmed up, so I took it to him early, but towards the end he's picked up on his game and played extremely well.
What was the final?
I lost 7-5, 6-1.
7-5 against Cochran.
Yeah, it was a tough first set. Yeah, a lot of deuces.
Nothing happened. Chris played great. Rosnan is a good player. He's a good up-and-coming young player, so he played smart. He volleyed great, and it was a fun match. This is Enrique. Enrique and I battled last year, and this guy's going to be
Hope to play this guy again.
Tough to beat if I ever get there. He's one of the best athletes in the game.
We're rooting for action.
Oh, yeah!
I'm in the Cosby camp, too, here.
Action Al.
It was a battle, of course.
You won one.
I snuck by in the third set. The match started at 10 o'clock, and I believe it's 11:30 now. So the legs are just feel like jello right now.
That was a lot of fun. I've had enough for the tournament. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. I want to thank Roger for running a great tournament. Peter Spizzeri for his offhand comments.
Astounding for your age.
And Bill Soch for showing up.
What about your wife?
My wife.
He owes it all to the
Coaching. If
wife.
you had listened to
Everything,
me,
my wife and family.
if you had listened to me, you might still be playing. My dad lost. Yeah, my dad lost to his dad.
Inspirational. Your father amazes me at his age that he can actually still play paddle more than twice a day. Mark, what is the secret to singles so Ben knows how to beat you?
Yeah, I don't know if I can tell you that right now.
Oh, he's not listening.
It's interesting though, and as you know, Roger, singles has taken on kind of a mind of its own.
So are there people who can play, I mean, you'd think you have to hit it really hard because the court's big and you can't cover it. Is that true, or do a lot of people play a steady game too?
There's guys like Mike Cochran who hit the living cover off the ball and make you run around like a chicken with your head cut off, and I take a little bit of a different approach, kind of the slow and steady, hit it down the middle and hope that you miss. So his way, he doesn't have to run as much. So maybe I need to go to that, but we'll see.
So Ben, this is your first in the Eastern States. Now, did you play much singles paddle before the weekend?
I actually never played prior to the weekend.
What did you learn from your first match yesterday to playing in the semis today?
You know, in the first match, I thought you really have to serve volley every point, but as you watch some of the better players and the more polished singles players, it's not necessarily the case. I mean, you can definitely be effective from the baseline as well.
Okay, now don't give me any secrets, but singles is a no-ad scoring game. At 3-all and you're receiving the serve, how do you decide which side do you want? Is it because it's better for you or because it's worse for your opponent?
That's actually an interesting question because I'm an ad court player in doubles, and most of my opponents who I've played this weekend have been struggling serving on the deuce side. So I've actually been taking the deuce side more, even though I'm an ad court player. So that's actually been something that has opened my eyes.
So next year, because if you play 1 year, you're never allowed to leave. Once you're in, or the emails will never stop. So thinking about next year, how are you going to get 1, 2, or 3 other guys to come? Is there something you need to tell them? Is it going to be easy? How are we going to make this
I'm
bigger?
going to show them this video.
Show them the video.
Exactly. Yeah.
Trying to wake up ligaments, tendons, the whole body.
The oldest, grayest, and heaviest guy. All three, that's a triple crown, so.
Now you two are in the semis today. Do you have a plan? Do you have a strategy to beat them?
I just gotta try to just do what I'm doing to get
I'm definitely not gonna do the same thing I did the first year. Try to hit harder than him.
That was a tough strategy?
That was my first strategy ever. No way.
I just gotta try to wear him out. I mean, he's one of the best athletes in the draw, if not the best athlete. So I gotta try to maybe tire him out, work him back and forth, and try to get him to net to try to volley.
What do you think of the idea of playing singles and being a tennis pro or a tennis player as your way toward playing paddle tennis?
I think it's very challenging, and you still can learn a lot. And I think that I got hooked. I don't think I'm gonna ever leave these courts. I was talking with Mike yesterday, and that's true. Once you start playing it, there's not a single guy who is going to stop playing it later. So.
Now, how about playing singles and doubles? Is that something that one should do throughout the season, both? Is there a reason you only play one versus the other? Or why don't all doubles players play singles?
Well, they should. The thing about it's definitely a different game, and we've noticed that tennis players really do well. The best tennis players definitely beat the mediocre mid-level paddle players. But when they start playing paddle players who are the better paddle players, like Enrique and Mark Parsons, then paddle actually comes back, and then tennis skills can only take you so far. And then when you know how to play the screens and know how to volley and paddle, I think that gets you to the next level. So paddle definitely helps your doubles game. So I'll keep playing. It's a great exercise, and it definitely helps your skills.
He was playing great, especially very smart. He changed his strategy and adapt to the situation. That's how he beat me. I could have taken it, but he was smarter.
I'm so proud of him.
So here we are, Sunday afternoon, in the finals of the men's singles national championships. 3 years in a row, we got Mark Parsons, the two-time defending champion, against Mike Cochran. In his own mind, a very good paddle player. I'm standing here, Mike McCann, with Sean Dockery doing some commentary and play-by-play. And we've got some unique styles out here, so we'll see how it goes. These guys are just ripping the heck out of the ball here from the baseline.
They really are.
We got some touch, we got some spins going on, Sean. It's definitely.
Again, I would say this is paddle versus tennis. Parsons is clearly a tennis player, and Cochran is a paddle player, and this is a sick point we're watching right now.
I think it's 5-7-2 here, and 5-7-2 here for the first set, and it's now they're starting to pick it up, Sean. They're starting to pick up the action.
Yeah, you can see these ground strokes are insane right now. I mean, they're just hitting it so hard, and they've repped it up a notch here.
By the way, I think he actually has bet on his own self. Mark. Mark is a bit of a gambler, so he's actually there's a couple wagers out there.
Yes, Parsons is known to be watching a lot of sports stickers right now. He's not afraid to put some action on multiple games. Now, whether he has action on this game is another question.
I don't know. I mean, he hit a shot like that at 100 miles an hour into the back of the fence. He might have bet against himself. Now Varun is on the sideline with his shirt off. The girls are actually looking away. Another flush shot here. Parsons just tattooed Mike. Mike doesn't look happy. Both of these guys are competitors. There's no doubt about that. And we're back to the live action here, guys. So Nick is a tremendous athlete, tremendous sponsor, and a good guy to boot. Mike just hit a ball at 100 gazillion miles an hour, and Parsons just hooked him on the ball, and the ball went out of the court. So George Hamilton, like a cat that he is, ran down, got the ball, threw it back over the fence in one try, and they're going to play left. They're going to play a point over again. It's not good when he's wishing balls long. That can't be well for his actual play. So that means Mark might be on top of him right here. Sean, back to you, my friend.
I'll tell you what, these guys are just taking it up a notch in the second set, Mike. Amazing stuff. Wow, that is insane. Cochran just literal circus shot, and then, oh wow, woo!
And then match is over. Great match. Mark Parsons, 3-time champion, just hug at the net, just won.
All right, everybody, we're here at the end of the tournament, and I appreciate all of you for being here at the last few minutes. It's been an unbelievable weekend. 55 players this year. We blew away any number that singles has ever seen, and I thank everybody who played, everybody who was here, in particular our two champions in our minds. One bested the other today. I think last year too, but
every year actually.
I think the year before that too. But that you know, right now today, that's really not the case. Today, Mike, you played great. Thank you for a great tournament. It was wonderful to watch you play.
Thank you.
That's for you.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you.
Mark Parsons, 3-time champion. Another great match. Another 12 months of strategy for everybody else to figure out how do we beat this guy. So Mark, do you reinvent yourself each year, or do you just stay? I've got a plan, and they're gonna get me someday, but until they get me, that's how I do it.
I guess. I mean, I literally just come out and whoever I'm playing, you know, first 3 or 4 games, feel it out, and then go from there. But in regards to definitive strategy, I don't necessarily have one when I come out, but I try to develop one in the match.
Well, everybody loves watching you two because the guys who are in previous or back draws and everything else, they're going, okay, what do I need to do for next year? And even these guys, every year the match gets better and better and better, more interesting, more dynamic, more new things. Some guys don't win last year and they win back draws, right, Andy? There you go. You see, so there's a spot for everybody.